Right, so the first sign that this dude is getting attached to you is that he's getting jealous. Simple as that. Now, mind you, it all depends on the baseline of how things started. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I always tell you guys, and look, a lot of you guys don't agree with me, and it's okay. But I always recommend you never start off with the mentality, let's get into a relationship, unless you're religious and unless that's part of your culture. Always start off as, let's just see other people in the meanwhile and get to know each other, right? The reason why you're saying this is to set it up. Because then, after like a month and a half or 2 months or 3 months, you mention another dude, right? You say, he might even say, so are you seeing other guys? And you say, well, this dude took me out, it wasn't nothing. Never say sex, just say he took me out, nothing happened. What's gonna happen is that he's gonna get jealous. You're gonna notice in his face. The third one, when cuddling, he looks deep into your eye. When a guy just wants to have sex with you, and take it from me, when he has sex with you and you guys are cuddling, if he doesn't love you, he is not gonna look deep into your eye with silence. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. When a guy loves you after having sex, he's gonna look deep into your eye. And if he just looks at you, you got, something like this, like just looking at you, and you both are looking at each other, inside of himself, he's feeling that fire. That, those butterflies? He's looking at you, he's realizing how beautiful you are. The way to deal with these kind of guys who are loosely attracted to you, in other words, they're showing interest, but they're not really grabbing you and stuff like that, metaphorically speaking. So what you do is you just in your head, you lose all expectations and just say, you know what? You're cute, but I am not going out with you. I am not giving you any of my attention until you ask me out. And and I'm not saying that you're gonna say, oh, I am not talking to you. No. If he says, hey, what's up? How are you? You don't engage in conversation. You just say, hey, not much. Busy day, man. I got a lot of work to do. I hope you have a productive day. You don't sound butthurt. You're essentially saying, I'll be nice to you, but we're not gonna be having a conversation.
3. He includes you in his future plans. Whenever you don't really love somebody, you don't really talk about you don't really envision a future with them. Whenever you think about your future, you just see yourself and your only self. But when you want to say something with someone and you really love them, you will naturally create those mental projections where you guys are together in the future. If you make plans in your mind, you're gonna try to include them as much. So you'll notice that when a guy has feelings for you, he'll try to include you in his plans, or he'll try to accommodate his plans for you. When somebody really loves someone, they really want to stay together for the long run, and so he'll naturally plan those things out.
When you're able to hurt the guy more than anybody else, if you're able to piss him off more than anyone else, if you're able to make him jealous more than anybody else, if you're able to make him, to just give him a very emotionally painful experience by your actions and your words, that means that he has attached his self-esteem and his ego to you. That's a good sign that he may be in the process, or he may be inside, or he may be falling in love with you, not inside, but he may be, deep inside your spell and whatnot. Because, let me tell you something. If you don't like someone, if you don't love someone, they don't affect you. You're indifferent to their words and actions. It's no big deal.
People like you, but they have limits. Some people like you, but they're only gonna like you to this much. And you might need this much for him to want to marry you or be in a relationship. But this is where he likes you. So what he does is that he sends mixed signals. So when a guy likes you, it's obvious. When a guy has a lot of self-control, when it comes to you, that's a red flag. That don't mean that this dude is a fucking paragon of discipline. It just means he doesn't like you that much. Plain and simple.
One of the biggest signs that a guy actually likes you and is becoming more interested in you is when he becomes interested in your parents. I mean, I promise you this, man. Your parents are not that interested. Okay? And there's no other reason why a guy will be interested in your parents other than he's interested in you and has a future in mind with you. That's usually what that means. For the most part, a guy, when he's in love with a woman, he'll try to gain her parents' validation, because he feels like he has a future with her. So that's pretty much it.
If you're in person, if you're talking to him, if you want to find out if a guy likes you, what you do is that you don't initiate any more contact. Ask him out. In fact, next time you see him, you're gonna flake and you're gonna be more distant. That's if you're talking to a dude and you want to know where you stand. Just completely pull back.
The next time you see him, you're gonna say, hey, sorry, I can't hang out because my friends are over for the weekend, so I want to see them or stuff like that. You make him feel like he's second in priority. Because when you validate a guy, he feels so validated by you that he doesn't feel the need to show you how much he likes you, right? So when you don't validate him, when you're suddenly more busy around him, you make him wonder, am I losing what I had? And as a result, he'll say, fuck, I want to keep this. And so by him trying to keep you, tells you that he likes you. By the way, if you guys are enjoying this video, you could check out my course called Natural Chemistry, which is a course that I made specifically for women who are in relationships and want to improve their relationship. I have, and it's a 30-day money back guaranteed. It's only $97. And I also have another course called The Psychological Game of Attraction, which is just for women who are single and who want to learn the game, who want to learn how to meet guys in any situation, how to not mess up the first 3 months. This course is only for women who are single and who want to get their dating, the first phases of dating correct. I'm telling you, this is a fucking course for you, okay? And if you don't like it, you could just get your 30-day money back guarantee, okay? So go check it out. And if you guys want to work with me one-on-one, you can click on the description down below where it says work with me. Let's continue. The second thing is you go on a trip together. And I know this sounds pretty cliche, but if a guy invites you over to, if a guy asks you to go on a trip with him, I mean, it means that he either is considering, I mean, he's almost at that stage of loving you, or he really wants to spend time with you. You see, most of the time you don't just go on trips together with someone who you just met. Well, unless, you know, you guys are there only for physical reasons. But if it's in a relationship and the sex has gone down, and he still invites you to come out on trips with him, it means that he values your company, and it means that it goes beyond the physical. It means that he may be loving you. That's what pretty much that means. I promise you, like, most of my friends, they don't go on trips with women who they kind of like. They go on trips with women who they really love.
If you're wondering whether or not he likes you, this is the number one way so that you don't lose your fucking time, okay? If he likes you, it's obvious. I'm saying, look, this is something that I've learned because I've been played by women. So whenever you're wondering, whenever you're not seeing any clear signs if he likes you, it's not that this dude has this crazy amount of self-control that he's able to hold in those emotions, right? It's just that he doesn't like you enough. He doesn't like you that much. So he might like you, but he doesn't like you enough to the point where he can't control himself. And let me tell you something. Their standard should be is that if this motherfucker is able to control himself around me, this motherfucker doesn't like me. It is that simple.
When he is allowing you to influence him, what, you talk about how you like that shirt, he's gonna start wearing that shirt a lot more often. You talk about how you like guys who are in shape, he's gonna start getting in shape a lot more. You know, like what anything, if you just notice that he's like, for example, like if you make a lot of money, all right, if you make more money than he makes, he's gonna try to find a way to change his career just to be at your level. If you are an athletic person, he's not athletic, he's gonna try and get in shape just for you, just to share that bond with you. Anything that he's actually changing for your sake to accommodate you, it's a sign that he's sacrificing himself for you. You see what I'm saying? If you're in person, if you're talking to him, if you want to find out if a guy likes you, what you do is that you don't initiate any more contact. Ask him out. In fact, next time you see him, you're gonna flake and you're gonna be more distant. That's if you're talking to a dude and you want to know where you stand. Just completely pull back. The next time you see him, you're gonna say, hey, sorry, I can't hang out because my friends are over for the weekend, so I want to see them or stuff like that. You make him feel like he's second in priority. Because when you validate a guy, he feels so validated by you that he doesn't feel the need to show you how much he likes you, right? So when you don't validate him, when you're suddenly more busy around him, you make him wonder, am I losing what I had? And as a result, he'll say, fuck, I want to keep this. And so by him trying to keep you, tells you that he likes you. No, the seventh thing is when he is interested in your parents. Look, when a guy is thinking about the future with you, he's gonna think about your parents because that's the inevitable. If he wins over your parents, he wins you over. Because winning over the parents equals a better relationship. So when a guy is actually thinking about you and is interested in you, somehow he's just gonna have a natural interest in your parents. It's just natural. Like, it's just natural. He's gonna be interested in your parents.
All right, he's gonna ask you about them. Now, it doesn't mean he's gonna be interested in the long run, but initially, just because it's just like the honeymoon period. Like, oh, I'm interested in you guys. You guys are cool. The honeymoon period will make you like the parents a lot more. All right, so you'll be, hey, missus, how are you? You try to make them happy and whatnot. And so if a guy's not interested in your future, if he really doesn't love you, he's not going to be interested in your parents. And that's how you find out if a guy likes you. It's a very simple thing, man. You just don't do nothing. Because if you do something, it could potentially spoil what's already there. By not doing nothing, it means that everything that's coming from him comes from him. By doing something, then the interest that he's showing, it could be because it's convenient. So do nothing and find out yourself. All right. Second one, when he gives you well thought out gifts. Every single time I've given someone a very well thought out gift, that means that there might have been a feeling of love inside. Every single time. Think about it. Any person you actually gave a very, very, very thought out gift that you know that they will like. Not none of those gift cards. I swear to God, if anybody gives me a gift card, I'm gonna accept it. But I'm gonna be like, you know what? You should have done a little bit of effort. But I'll still take that shit. Give it to me. But anytime somebody gives you a well thought out gift, specifically tailored to you, and specifically maybe because he listened. Yeah. When he brings up the topic of the future, when he's asking you, so what do you plan to do? Or when he's actually asking you to change certain plans to fit his plans in the future, or when he's actually asking you for your plans and he's actually willing to change his plans for your future. The point is, he's actually talking about the future and including you in it. All right. Or talking about your future and he's like putting himself in it, like trying, inviting himself into your future. Any of those signs is a sign that he likes you, because any guy who's just in it for sex, he's not going to talk about the future. The only future he's talking about is the next time you guys are meeting up. Number 4, he consistently texts you and responds to you. And I know this is kind of obvious, but it goes to say that in my experience, whenever I love someone, I always text him in the morning. I always try to text him at night. I always try to be the person who she hears first and who she hears last from. That's usually tends to happen. But when you just like somebody, generally speaking, when you love somebody, you're just obsessed about them. It's an obsession. That's what that is. It really is an obsession. And the obsession manifests in you wanting to communicate with them as much as you can. All right. So that's one of the things that happens when you love someone. If you work with the person, if you're around the proximity at work or with your friends, right? All you do is just, you're friendly with him, you're polite and stuff like that, but you just don't initiate any contact. You just don't do nothing. If you talk to him and you tell him that if he says, what are you up to? And you say, not much, just doing that. But I'm free. I'm kind of free this weekend, but I'm hanging out with my friends. If he doesn't ask you out that one time, or even that second time of him asking you that, and you're asking yourself why he doesn't ask you out, you know what? You're gonna be busy from now on. If he says, what are you up to? Hey, not much, busy, going out with a friend, gonna get dinner, right? After, you be nice with him the first time, and you're free. After that, you ain't free no more. In fact, you're a little busy. Because if you're talking to a dude and he's making it seem like he likes you by asking you those kind of questions, right? Then you're just gonna have to be even more unavailable. When the sex stops or lowers, he's still close to you. Somehow he's still with you. When you guys stop having mind-blowing motherfucking sex, he still wants to be around you. He's still cuddling you. But when the sex lowers and he's still close to you and he still wants to be around you, that's a perfect sign. Because if it's just a physical relationship after the sex lowers, they're not gonna be around. He's not gonna find another reason to be there. When the sex stops, his emotions are the only thing that's gonna keep him there. If you're talking to a guy and you want to find out if he likes you and stuff like that, but you work with him and you don't want to ruin that relationship, just talk about the fact that you started seeing someone, and then notice a change in his behavior. If you know him, work with him or whatever, and you want to find out if he likes you, just talk to him about you started seeing someone and just notice if there's a change in behavior. If there's any change in behavior, all of a sudden asking about your day, asking how's it going with that dude, blah 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 blah. Most likely that change of behavior came because it affected him emotionally at the fact that you're seeing somebody else. That's how that rolls, all right? All right, ladies. So finally, I have released my second course for women, which is natural chemistry. This course is a 5-week course. 5-week course where every week you're gonna get a new set of videos based on specific issues. This course is all about how to create and maintain the attraction in any man. This will help you
create love. This will help you deepen the love with your man. This is not about manipulation. This is not about playing games. This is genuine, natural chemistry. No more short-term partners, no more being fooled. Why? Because I will reveal to you not only how to create attraction in the first week, but also how to understand male nature, how to understand their tricks, how to prevent from being too attached, signs that he's the wrong guy, signs that he's a narcissist, signs that he's a mama's boy, signs that he's an emotionally available guy, emotionally unavailable guy. We go over everything. We go over this third week, setting boundaries. We go over the third week, controlling your emotions, right? Setting boundaries, fourth week. Fifth week, embracing your masculine and the feminine, right? And on top of that, I have over 10 different bonuses. 10 different bonuses, my Lord have mercy, right? With a money back guarantee. The bonus are one, the natural chemistry, over 10 hours of content, right? The breakup formula, how to deal with a breakup, right? The connecting with your man, right? Establishing a life of abundance, social mastery, understanding your dark side, the goal setting seminar, which is about how to set and achieve goals, practical mastery that will teach you how to master anything, the laws of human nature. I have a book club for the laws of human nature with over 4 hours of content, right? The transformational seminar in a pocket, which is my mindfulness seminar, and the Chase audiobook. This originally is $1,800, but you get it starting at $97, ladies and gentlemen, right? $97. We have different packages, but all of this starts at $97. And you know what? You can check it out for free if you want. Yeah, for all the freeloaders, I have free videos just for you. Free videos, all right? So you could just check it out for free and then you could get out. Nothing wrong with that, all right? So, and on top of that, it comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. No questions asked. That's right. No questions asked. I don't mind. I just want you guys to check it out because I know when you take one look, you're going to want to buy it. I can promise you. Just like my other course, the psychological game of attraction, it was a hit. You're going to love this one. This one is not about manipulation. This is genuine natural chemistry. Order it now, all right? I'll see you guys inside. Peace out.